Welcome back into KSL News Radio. Getting ready for BYU and Texas. Joined now by BYU safety Crew Wakley, fellow radio host, podcaster as well. How'd you get into that? What inspired the podcast, Laced Up?
I don't even really know, to be honest. I wanted something where I could have like a social media presence throughout the year. And that's kind of big to your brand these days with NIL and all that, and even just for outside of football. But that was really just kind of what inspired it, and then it was something I really enjoyed, so I just kept it rolling, and I've got a lot of good feedback from people, so it kind of just started something I'm just going to try, and then it's gone well. So
that's awesome. Well, it sounds pretty good. People got to check that out, Laced Up, and also on the football field, things are going well too. How's it been? I mean, you were before back in your prep days, a quarterback, obviously. How's it been being a full-time safety and playing in Jay Hill's defense?
It's been really fun, to be honest. I think being a quarterback helped a lot. Having Coach Hill helps a ton. He's really smart, and he breaks things down and makes it so simple for you, which is something that's kind of in my belief window. I think a lot of times we want to make it more complicated than it is to try to make ourselves seem smart or make something bigger than it is, but something I believe in, and it goes right along with him, is just making things simple and not overcomplicating things. So, that's what's probably made it the most enjoyable for me, is having a coach that I trust.
And that simplicity definitely worked last week. 11 tackles. How fun was that to have a career day for you in your college career?
That was tons of fun. He talked about this thing called being in your flow state pregame, and so that was really my focus, is just like channel everything out and just get into flow state. And he said when you're in flow state, the game slows down, and it for sure was slowing. Like, seemed like things were going fast, but they were in slow motion for me, and so I was just enjoying it and just having fun and just really just reacting and doing what I'm supposed to do on every play. And the plays just came to me. So I wish there was something special to it, but yeah, I was just playing ball, having fun, and enjoying it, really, and that's kind of how it all happened.
Feeling the flow, working it. Kind of reminds me of that scene in Happy Gilmore. Kind of feel the flow, work it. Talking with Crew Wakley here on KSL. How did you get here to BYU? I know you came from Utah State in the portal. Was Jay a big reason for why you're here today?
No, I talked to Fessy after I left Utah State, and I had kind of mentioned this before, and I was kind of hesitant. I haven't really talked much about this, but I was gonna be completely. I was done with football when I left Utah State. I had a job, high-paying job, and I was just doing that. But I just felt like I wasn't done with football yet, and so I talked to Fessy, who recruited me to Weber, and I was like, hey, could you get me on? I'll walk on. I don't really care. I'll pay my way. He's like, yeah. He's like, I think you'd kill it here. Let me go talk to the staff, and I'll get back to you in a week. I'm like, all right, sweet. Long week, right? But then after I had gotten, he's like, yeah, hey, come walk on. We'll get you on in the winter semester or whatever. And this is during football season last year.
Because you took last year off, right?
Right. Yeah. So, he got me on, and then I found out Coach Hill was the coach, and Coach Anna, who I had played with at Utah State too. So it worked out great for me. God's hand was definitely there, but it was Fessy who I kept that connection with. So.
Because Fessy recruited you, I would assume, when he was at Weber and the offensive side.
Yeah, he was my first ever scholarship offer, and so he'd come to my basketball games, he'd call me, text me all the time, and so I've always trusted him. And when we'd play BYU, he'd say what's up, and he was always really kind to me and my family. So he maintained that relationship, and I was comfortable reaching out to him when I felt like the time was right, and when I decided that I wasn't done playing football yet. So
still happy with the decision then to play and you get back into football?
Yeah, I'm very happy with where my life's at right now, and it's been a ton of fun. And you only get one opportunity to do this, and so I don't think it's ever a good idea to take a year off by any means, but I think my situation, and like I said, God's hand in it, I feel very grateful just to play the game and be like when we walk onto the field, whether we're at an away game or whether we're at Lavelle, I feel just very grateful to be there. And so it's helped me really take advantage of my opportunities and not waste any of it.
And only one opportunity against Texas is Big 12 foes coming up here in Austin. Your thoughts on facing a Texas offense can have a new quarterback?
I mean, the quarterback situation's interesting because we've played a couple backups this year, and it's shown, like, I mean, it's Big 12 football. They're highly recruited quarterbacks. You know, they're all going to be 4 or 5 stars. So whoever the backup is, it looks like it's going to be I think it's the Murphy kid. He's talented, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, TCU taught us that. It doesn't matter if it's their backup quarterback. They can come in and tear you apart. So we're, once again, we're preparing for a scheme and really just going to do our thing the best that we know how. And no matter who's playing quarterback, our plan's to be successful and come fully prepared. So.
Last thing for you, Crew, and appreciate the time. Just how you feeling health-wise? I know you got kind of a little bit banged up TCU a couple weeks back. Just everything good on that front for you heading into this game?
Yeah, I mean, my shoulder popped out of place at TCU. Obviously, you saw that, but I told him when I was running off, I said, just give me a second. They just got to put it back in. But the docs wouldn't let me go back out that game. But yeah, I was healthy all last week, and it didn't bother me at all during the game. I still feel good. So we'll get I'll be playing at full health, and that won't be anything in the back of my mind. It won't hold me back or anything. So.
Well, Crew, it was a pleasure talking, and best of luck and congrats on all the success thus far, and looking forward to this stretch run.
Appreciate you.